So eyes are closed and adjust your body. Adjust, align the body with knowledge and the practice together. Now you see the mind, how the mind understands any practice. It has to understand through the body, through the breath, through doing something, through an action. An action is done by the physical body. So what happened is the mind unconsciously claims that I am the body, and in this body, real self is there. So we have a knowledge with that understanding that I am the body is ignorance, and in this body the real self lives. But the truth is totally opposite. In the real self manifests the body. The water manifests the waves. The water is not in the wave, it's a wrong perception. So we should keep that knowledge because, we do not have a knowledge that the real self manifests this body, breath, mind, or we do not have a right understanding that the water manifests the waves, the impression and the past impression of the waves are already present in the water, so it manifests. The idea and the impressions of a clay pot is already present in the clay. Otherwise, you cannot have a clay pot, you cannot have the waves, you cannot have the body. This is known as the delusion. So the body is, but you see that how the mind picks up the delusion again? I have to start with the body. Body aligned and adjusted. Okay. So, how to drop the delusion? I say that check is the body struggling to remain stable, steady. So the mind goes back again. We are making the body steady to recognize that I am not the body. But the mind follows the opposite way. So when mind follows the opposite way, then we have kundalini, we have mantra, we have yantra, we have thousands of those practices. So that is why I say be comfortable. So being comfortable, where the experience of comfort is there in the mind, of the body. But how do I recognize the state of comfort? Because I'm conscious. So I don't see that. Because mind claims that I'm the body, hence it says, okay, I'm comfortable. Now see that how we go about it. I make it so simple, but with the knowledge we can awaken to that reality. So, first statement that I make, let us settle in the comfort. I don't say let the body settle into the comfort. There is a huge difference between the two. But again, I have to use the mind in the body. So, how do I use? I say move the mind on the shoulder joints. So, the mind looks at the shoulder joints. So, again, see that we can apply the knowledge here. So, mind is aware of the shoulder joints, it is physical entity. And then we say you experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. It cannot be seen by the sense organ. Oh, so it is a subtle, it is experienced by the mind. That too is good. We understood. But who experiences that? Who experiences? It is the consciousness through the mind. So the consciousness manifests as a mind, manifests as a breath, manifests as the body. Like the water manifests as waves. If we say the waves contain the water, it means wave is permanent entity where it contains the water. Body is a permanent entity, there it contains the consciousness. And this ignorance and delusion is so deep since our birth and from the past impressions. That is why it is taking time. Let us follow the same way. Look at the hip joint. Hip joint, physical entity. Physical entity cannot know itself, cannot know others. How cannot? Yes, that is very clear. So, if that is clear, it means that real self does not live in the body, but fact is that the body lives into that. Waves lives into the water. So experience of sensation, comfort, and steadiness. So that experience is taking place in the mind. That is another manifestation. So even when the mind lives with that knowledge, that understanding, we get rid of lot of hallucinations, wrong perceptions. And this can only be done by a seeker. Manifestation. So, what the waves may manifest or may not manifest. And the waves manifest due to the nature of the water. Water is not present in the wave, the waves are present in the water. Body is present in the real self. thoughts. It's a subtle thoughts, feeling, images, impressions. So, with that understanding that they belong to the mind, no doubt, and the mind is a manifestation of the consciousness. Oh, consciousness is not there, mind is not there, thoughts are not there, feeling is not there, nothing is there. Oh, so here the master introduces a witness consciousness. Witness consciousness means what? Electric current does not have the light. Bulb do not have the light. When they come into contact, we see the light, but that light is independent of everything, both the bulb and the. So our mind starts thinking the light is a product of bulb and the electric current. No, no, I did not understand. Body is moving. How can you say body is inert? Body is a dead matter. I can move the body, I can move my head, I can move my eyes. You see, the delusion. Same thing happens with the mind. So, in order to separate in our mind through understanding from the thoughts, feeling, and the images, we say it's a witness consciousness. It is simple consciousness which finds itself different, separate from the thoughts, feeling that enters into the mind. Now we go with a very normal and common understanding of the mind. The mind often complains that we have lot of thoughts, my mind is wandering, and the mind is obsessed, and the mind has a conflict. One option of understanding. Another option, we say, whenever I want to do meditation, I realize that unwanted, unwelcome thought enters into the mind. So, when we have that understanding, it means we are not a witness. No problem. Our commitment is required. So, we say we do not fight with the thought that enters into the mind. It may be from our past impressions, prarabdha, or it may be due to the way we are living our life daily. So, whatever Master says, don't fight with them. Don't fight that you have a mind which is constantly wandering. And no, you introduce a mantra, a knowledge. Mantra is a knowledge. You introduce a mantra to. So, when it means you are introducing a set of thoughts. Very good. So, you are introducing a set of thoughts that will take care of the unwanted thought that enters into the mind. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. At least we are aware the mind is wandering. So in that awareness we can introduce Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. You can say in your mind Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. So do you remember again? We chant the mantra, we go to the knowledge, and we go to the meaning, and we go to the knowledge. So meaning is let there be a well-being for all the living species. And then we go to the knowledge. It is our common experience. Every living species is looking for the state of the well-being. They want to save their life. A sense of security is there. Yes, it is there. It is not possible that the mosquito also looking for the state of the well-being, or the tiger, or me, without one consciousness. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. We get the knowledge by thought in the mind, so why not? That is what the mantra is. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Meaning is let there be peace for all. So the intellect or the mind recognizes that yes, everyone is looking for the peace. Every living species, yes. If that is true, so without one entity, that is the consciousness or the real self, cannot be possible. No, but tiger and other animals do not practice peace. Yes, only the human being, because the human body has a free intellect and the mind can choose, can recognize, can explore. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Meaning, let there be a completeness in all. Completeness means wholeness, wholeness means holiness. The orange tree does not want to become apple tree because they are controlled by the nature. Same thing, the mosquito doesn't want to become an elephant. But when it comes to our human race, we always want to become something. That becoming something is ignorance in the mind that claims I'm incomplete, I have to be complete by doing something in the world, by becoming rich, by getting married or divorced, and along. manifest. That is the problem. That is why we say Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. So mind uses its opportunity and converts that opportunity into a problem. Because it wants something outside to become whole, complete. So when we understand that mind stops wandering. That understanding helps us to stop the wandering. And that we don't realize. So as long as we don't realize that, we continue doing lot of practices. Oh, so that is what I see the problem is. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Knowledge guided by happiness is nothing but the Mangalam. Mangalam means at every moment, something deep inside you realize there is a peace and there is a calmness. With that human body, with that free intellect, with a normal functioning of the intellect to have the knowledge and to act on, it gives us an understanding that we can live in the state of knowledge and peace all the time because it is my nature. That is the meaning of Mangalam. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Now, our master says that this is nothing but we are asking the mind to marry with the intellect. When the mind does not marry, then the mind has to marry with the body. Identification. Then the mind claims no, it is body is conscious entity. Real self lives in the body. And then, because then mind has already taken over the intellect, which causes the ignorance, so that is why we do not find any change in our behavior and attitude, or we can say the impurity continues. So, as a seeker, we are aware that impurity can return again due to the past impressions. So, we remain the seeker throughout the life. And we neither have any opposition or rejection of any practice provided we do it with understanding. And with that understanding, we also check that we are progressing. So we are aware of the body in the state of sensation, comfort, and steadiness. We are aware of the breath that is going in and out. So looking deep inside the forehead in the space, in that space you drop gently Om Shanti. Look at the space, then again Om Shanti, and use the intellect. Om means the real self, Shanti means the peace. Om, real self, manifest as peace here. So with that state in the background, you start breathing from the chest only. Expand your chest during inhalation and contract your chest during exhalation. Om Shanti continues, the steadiness in the body continues, and keep on doing the breathing into the rib cage, dropping Om Shanti gently. And stop this. Do nothing except keep on dropping Om Shanti inside the head in the space. You drop it when you see the space. You see the space, drop Om Shanti. Again wait, see the space, Om Shanti. Are we changing the mind? Are we asking the mind to marry the intellect? Yes. Simple way. But we added one active step. Yes, so uh, we should not react to any active step at any time in our journey of Eastern wisdom. When there is a need, we do it. No need, we don't do it. Now, we are doing already Om Shanti, and we still keep our mind focused inside the forehead with the space Om Shanti, space Om Shanti. But now we are going to do the belly breathing. Inhale little longer, breath into the belly, expanded, exhale from the belly, contracted. Just see the mind objects to that, and we keep on doing it. That objection comes from the ignorance, and we keep on doing it. Inhale, the belly expands. Exhale, the belly contracts. Continue. You may find lot of experiences, but if the Om Shanti continues, it prevents any kind of hallucinative experience. Oh, that is why we are picking up. And when it prevents the hallucinative experience, our progress is faster. How simple it is to understand. Leave this, do nothing. Continue doing Om Shanti with the normal breath in the state of stillness in the body. So you see that knowledge with the Om Shanti, we keep on dropping in the space inside the forehead with a constant awareness of the stillness in the body prevents us to fall into unconscious journey of hallucinations and imaginations. The mind does not want to leave the ignorance so easily. So it says, I will give you the hallucinative experience, better you stop it. And then what happens? Oh, after a few weeks and a month, we have to start the journey from the beginning. Very painful experience for a seeker. But for a non seeker, that hallucination appears as real. So you are doing, can keep on doing Om Shanti with the space, body remains still, and now doing both the breathing, both into the belly and the chest, long and the fast in the hissing breath. We continue with Om Shanti. We find unusual experiences. Let it be so. belly, chest, belly, chest. And stop this long in the hissing breath. Keep on. Om Shanti gently. We can recognize that with all the three types of the breathing, the mind on one part keeps on doing Om Shanti without any hesitation, duality, and a conflict. Why we have already married the mind with an intellect. That mind has become an intellect. Yes, we have a variety of experiences of tingling, of heat, and and then the cold, and the bodilessness, and some other colors in the wind. Oh yeah, no issue. We experience, we accept them, we acknowledge them, but we are not attached. When we are not attached, the hallucinations and imagination will not take over me. And now see that how to get mind, how to lift the mind from the first three lower centers. Three lower center. One is all about desire that causes the ignorance. It strengthens the ignorance by the greed, looking for pleasure outside. And the third is identification. How we do it by a simple step. You start breathing now deep, silent and slow. No noise should be there. So as you inhale, first expand your belly, then your rib cage, moving the mind from the crown of the head to the tailbone and singing Om Shanti mentally. So when you move your mind while breathing out from the tailbone to the crown of the head, You're singing Om Shanti. So when you sing Om Shanti, during inhalation, the Shanti ends at the tailbone. When you say Om Shanti during exhalation, it ends at the crown of the head. Such a simple step, but with understanding. What's going to happen? We take the energy out of the mind, not to run after the desire, the greed, and the delusion. So that is represented in Kundalini as a lower consciousness. Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti continues. Be very clear, we are doing a longer one. We want to bring that emotion from the mind with the knowledge. Om Shanti. And now leave this. Just see what happens to the mind. So now we will not use the active step either with the body or the breath. So just look closely deep inside the heart, in the space, whether you can see image of the Shiva or the triangle. Better, you can just try with the triangle pointing upward, deep inside the heart. So now move the mind on a triangle, each side drop Om Shanti. Clockwise, anti-clockwise. You're aware of the every side of the triangle. You move the mind slowly so that you can say Om Shanti. One side, second side, third side, clockwise, anti-clockwise. Om Shanti, Om Shanti. And now look at the center of the triangle. When you are singing Om, let the mind, you are moving the mind deeper inside the cave of your heart. Om. Become aware as if the mind, when it seems to stop, there you say Shanti. Experience self absorption and stay there in that state of silence and emptiness. When any thought returns, you can move the mind on a triangle couple of times and again Om Shanti, getting totally absorbed. and doing nothing. You're already doing nothing. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down.